Okay. Well, let's go. We're back. Hi, I'm Giancarlo.
And I'm Felicia.
And this is a review of
Coldwater.
Crown.
And jump into cold, cold water for you. And I know you wanna
love and catch some fish.
Justin Bieber, Coldwater.
I don't know Justin Bieber. So yeah, apparently this is a real competition.
I was gonna say,
right?
do we know where this is?
Yes. It was Scotland. Are you sure? I don't think it's Scotland.
Scotland.
Ireland.
Shut up! You're just naming any
It's
English country.
It's probably in Connecticut, like.
Jess, do some work for us. Look up Coldwater Crown, where it's being held. Coldwater, one word, and crown.
I feel like a Robin Hood when these come in the game. You're like, yeah, I'm just gonna run away with my little bag of shoes, and then you get on your horse.
Just Google it, Coldwater Crown.
Wait a second.
Mava cave. No, it's not written.
Check the back.
I did check the back. Maybe it is written. The world-renowned Coldwater. Maybe it's not held at a specific location. Maybe it changes. Possible. Or maybe it's not real, and we just look like idiots for this last 10 minutes. In this 1 to 4 player game, players take on the role of a competitor in the world-renowned Coldwater Crown fishing competition. Do you have what it takes to win by having the most victory points at the end of the game? The board here is set with each location having their appropriate fish cards shuffled and placed face down with each zone filled. Trophies will have been placed as well in their spot and in descending order for some of them. Besides the mystery weight, which will have been shuffled and randomized with the top one revealed. Some will be removed at different player counts as listed here on the board. Bonus tokens are placed face down in a pool near the shuffled Master Angler Challenge deck. 4 cards will be revealed from this. Angler tokens will be placed as such with the one side face up, giving one of these to each player as well. Give them a player board each and they should mirror the zones on the board game. Each player will draw bait from the bag to fill their zones 3 with 3 baits and 4 with 4 baits. Place the clear gem in the bag now. This last rule is optional, but we'll show it to you in this review. Randomly draw a tag tile and place it here. You're ready to play.
On your turn, you'll take your angler. Place it on an open spot and do the action there. Then you'll take another angler from the board, do the action from it, and flip the token over. When either placing or taking an angler, a couple of things are important to note. Placing or taking a 1 on the port space, you may take a revealed Master Angler Challenge card. Or fill one zone on your player board by taking a number of baits as listed by that zone number. Placing or taking a 2 here will have you take 2 cards, fill 2 zone, or take 1 card and fill 1 zone. Placing or taking a number 1 angler from locations will have you remove 1 bait of that color in each of your zones. If it's a 2, you'll remove all the same colored bait from all your zones. Should you have Master Angler card that requires certain bait, instead of discarding these, you can place them in the appropriate slots. Completing them will garner you a point at the end game. Furthermore, if you have 3 of the same or 4 different ones, you'll take the appropriate trophy, giving you 2 points. A player can only have 1 of such trophies of each and a maximum of 3 uncompleted Master Angler Challenge cards. All excess bait will be put in a discard pool. These will get reshuffled in when a player pulls the clear bait from the bag.
When you get rid of the last bait off your zone, you'll catch a fish. The fish you catch will correspond to the color of a specific location. Red or blue will catch you lake species, black or yellow river ones, and purple or green shore ones. The fish you'll catch will correspond to the zone number you removed from your player board, mirrored by that location. So if you remove your last red bait from zone 3, you'll catch the fish on the lake's location from zone 3. When catching a fish, look at its weight. If it matches the mystery weight, reveal it and take the mystery weight trophy, which will give you 1 point, and reveal the next one. Besides these trophies, look at these 2 as well. The fastest to get to 8 species, or completing the small species challenge, which will garner you the top trophy token. These will be worth more than their counterparts below them, so try to get them before other players. If you remove the last bait from zone 6, you'll have the choice of either taking the fish from zone 6 or from the top of that location's deck. If you cleared Zone 5, besides the fish, you'll also take one of the bonus tokens. These can be used on your turn for different effects.
The board efficiently shows the effects printed here. The reel will have you swap 2 different colored bait on the board for easy management. The fishing rod can be used when catching a fish, rather than catch the fish you're supposed to. You can discard it to catch a fish in the same zone but at a different location. The line can be used to catch a fish in an adjacent zone in the same location. And lastly, the lure will remove 2 of the same colored bait from anywhere on your player board. This may result in you catching a fish. When a player caught a total of 12 fish, they'll take the first to 12 fish trophy, giving them 2 VPs. This will also signal the end round. This can also be triggered if a zone can't be filled, since there are no fish cards there at that location. When a player triggers the end game, all others will have one final turn and we go to final scoring. To determine which players get what trophies in that location, each player will submit 1 fish card for each species they got there. They'll usually take the one with the heaviest weight. The rest will be released. The players will total the weight and the player with the highest will take the top trophy. Second highest, the second, and so on. Do this for all the locations. Now count all the values of each trophy you possess. Each Master Angler Challenge card completed scores you 1 point. Submitted fish for the location that have a same color tag as the one on the board are worth 1 point each. The player with the most points is crowned the fishing champion. If tied for points, the player with the earliest time stamp for submitted fish wins.
A fishing game? Sweet! Not many of those around, and Coldwater Crown introduces some very cool and unique mechanics, or at the very least blends known mechanics, making it into an original and unique experience. They also lend themselves to the theme quite well. Components are good and the artwork is fine, as you can see. The rulebook is concise, well written, and great foresight to details like putting bonus tokens and what trophy points at what player counts should be set on the board itself is a nice touch for inexperienced players. And I think this game will shine a little more for them. I think it's a light to medium game which is very enjoyable, but even with luck mitigation, from bonus tokens to removing the tag option at setup, there still is some huge luck elements to the game. Drawing an array of rainbow colored gem in one zone just stalls your ability to catch a fish faster. Another little con for me is that in this game mostly, the player to your right can really give you an advantage or disadvantage in on how well you perform. Most games, this effect can be applied from all players there, but in this one it'll mostly be from the player on your right. Another small hurdle this game has we'll have to tackle is the theme, however, as it might not interest some, so I'm going to give it a half-point penalty. That said, Coldwater Crown is a very good candidate to try and get gamers to try it. It's a well-made game with an interesting, unique take on a theme not commonly seen in board games. From us, it scores a 7.5 out of 10. Subscribe now to our channel to stay in the loop. If you like our work, help us continue by sharing the channel to your gaming group. Thanks for watching and happy gaming.